Hello, everyone. Welcome to PolkaWorld Interview. Today, we invited Relation to be here with us to dive deeper into Web3 social networking. Welcome, Jessica, the founder of Relation.
Hi, hello, everybody. I'm happy to be invited here today to share with you more about Web3 and the social graph and the progress we made in the past few months and the story we're going to build in the future. And thanks, host.
Relation is building a multi-chain decentralized Web3 social graph and redefine the ownership of data, create your social graph value on Web3. Can't wait to unveil the secret behind. Firstly, could you share with us the story of why you started Relation and what problem it's going to solve?
Yeah, sure. This is actually a really good question. The background story is that we tried a lot of apps in the Web3 world. And a lot of them is actually the financial products. And we actually created a parallel financial world, which is quite helpful and flexible in the past decade. But actually, in the Web3 world, we find out that it's quite difficult to target the people. So if you find some addresses on Web3, you are not knowing that who's controlling this address. Is that a human being or just bot? So primarily, we would like to try to target the people behind the address, and we actually would like to communicate with those people. And we also don't have a native way to actually communicate with this person, like if you just want to say hi. And also on the Web3, because people are building various applications and people may want to target their audiences. So that is also another problem that is quite difficult for us to target the niche audiences. So this is why we are doing this. We are building a Web3 social graph and trying to navigate the relationships in Web3. And we are trying to target the people to find out it is a people or bots controlling that address, and what's the portfolio of this person, and where the person interested in. It might be belong to some subgroups and communities. So just by doing that, we can try to figure out the decentralized communities and make more precise recommendations to all of them and help our partners to target their niche audiences and grow their business more precisely. And secondly, actually, we think in the Web3, we must create some more applications that is hyper financialization, that is non-financial. So we are initiating the co-building of the human primitives and the trust and the relationships we support in Web3 and help the trends towards hyper financialization. So that's why we are building this Web3 social graph called Relation. And by way of establishing the relationships, we can actually form a global social relation graph that we can just discover more on Web3 and understand more about Web3. But what's more is that people may like some part of them, some information of them to go public, but don't want everything to be public. So we need to have privacy on chains. This is another problem that we are trying to solve, is that we are trying to enhance the privacy as a right to access, to permission access to information. So actually the information people hold, they have the rights to make it more private, like only some permission holders can have access to it, can read it or write it. So this is why we are doing Relation and the problems that we are trying to solve. Thanks.
Yeah. And the next question is that what is a social graph? And what makes a Web3 social graph distinguished from the Web2?
Thanks for the question. This is a really good point. Actually, social graph is not a common word in our life, but everybody definitely will have a social network. So actually, a social graph is a diagram that illustrates the interconnections among people, groups, and organizations in a social network. And also the term is used to describe an individual social network in a more decentralized way. So when you just portray as a map, that's a map of everybody's social network, a social graph appears as a set of social nodes that are connected by relationships. So the social node in the real world can be a person like you and me. That's on the Web3 world. Each node, here we may refer to as an address, and they're actually a data holder. And the connections here are mapping between the data holders actually refer to the relationships. So this is a form that how it looks like on how a Web3 social graph looks like on the Web3 world, and how it's different from the Web2. We all know that some social graphs are held by the big techs like the Facebook, the Twitter. But what different here is, firstly, the social graph is actually co-built by all of us, like the individual like you and me, and also the developers like us and our partners. So this is a co-building thing. And the secondly is here, the relationship is in a form of on-chain data, which is not stored on some Facebook's data warehouse. That is on-chain, either in form of some token like NFTs, or in a form of piece of data in the decentralized storage. And the third is that here, the Web3 social graph, we have the privacy. We must have the programmable power of privacy to support the ownership of the individuals. So this is how you're going to own your data as a data holder, and not owned by some big techs. So yeah, by way of doing this, we believe this is the 3 points that makes the Web3 social graph distinguished from Web2. Thanks.
Okay, and the social graph is actually mapping the connecting between people and how they related. And the Web3 is different from Web2 because Web3 is decentralized and private. And could you showcase the main product to us? Because literally, it's kind of hard for us to understand what it is, so that we can have a clear picture of your vision. Because we noticed you've launched a lot of products already.
Yeah, sure. So I'm going to share screen to walk you through how it's going to work and how you can co-build with us. So when you first visit the relation network, actually we are showing you the bazaar. You can quickly get to know more about the Web3 relationships that co-built by us. You can see some of the number of social nodes here, the connections, and the indexing of addresses and FTs here in our network, and also the public chains and the wallets that we support. And also you can just scroll down to walk through the bazaar to find some trending people, the clubs, and also the relation stars, and also to have a visualization of your own social graph like this. You can just move around to see how people are interrelated here. And you must would like to have your own homepage, right? You can just quickly connect your wallet here and sign on it to verify that this is your own wallet. And you can follow someone like the trending people in the bazaar and link your various addresses, the multiple addresses on multiple chains here, and also your Web2 accounts like this. So after doing this, we actually can display some basic information like the FTs you hold, and you may find yourself automatically join some clubs, and you can see that you can find the people you may like. And if you want to navigate more in the Web3 social graph, we also have a page for you, which is called the Explorer. So here you may find out that you may follow this person on Twitter, so you can just follow them again, and you may be holding the same batch of FTs, so you can just follow each other, and you may find those Steam friends here, and find those who you have a past transaction with. And of course, you can try to find out the 2-degree relationship that is navigated through your the relationships on our own platform. And also for because nowadays people are holding NFTs, so we also have some integrations with the NFT marketplaces like OpenSea. So if you just browse around the OpenSea and you see that, oh, this is really cool, I just want to, I would like to buy this, or I just would like to talk with the owner. That's quite easy with on relation. You can just quickly call this and say hi to this guy. So, and how we're going to, how we cooperated with other NFT marketplaces here, like this. We have a triple collaborations with the NFT marketplace CCC, the artists, and also the clubs we created for them. So as an end user, you can just, if you just buy a new NFT here, you're invited to join this club. and interact with those club owners here, the holders here in the club. So it will be like this. Say, for example, we go to the Relation Adventure Club, you can just say hi to everybody, and you can share something, send some stickers here. And what's more interesting is that you can make a quick transfer to your mates like this. This is actually powered by our partner, Everpay. Okay, let me close this. Okay, so for those FT holders, you may find that you are in some class like the Doodles or other day for other sites. And also we created some class for the on Solana, Internet Computer, BSC, and Flow. So you may find your mates here. That's quite straightforward. And this is for the individual who wants to co-build with us. This is how you're going to link your addresses here, make your followings, and meet your mates here. And for the developers, we also have the docs prepared for you to see how you can tap into this social graph built by us. And this is actually public. Okay, I'm stopping here. So this is about the current products we've done.
Wonderful. The relation is a multi-chain compatible. How many chains have you supported so far, and who are they? And could you share your feelings or impressions toward them? The difference between Polkadot and how does Polkadot empowers relation? What do you think? And what could be done better to help your projects?
Yeah, relation is supporting multi-chain. Yeah, that's right. So as I just showed you on the bazaar, we are supporting 9 chains that include 5 layer 1 and more than 15 wallets. So that also includes some wallets on Polkadot. And for the profiling of the addresses, actually we have most of our addresses are actually Ethereum addresses, no doubt. And also for the rest, we have the Polygon, Polkadot, Internet Computer, and BNB. That each of them counts around 10%. So Polkadot actually form a large part of our social network and also our community. So for on the Polkadot, actually we have partnership with PNS. We integrated the dot naming and also the Polkadot.gs wallet, and also the Tasman wallet recently, and also we integrate Moonbeam. So those who are having the addresses and they use the wallets we support, and they have the dot name, they're going to just have fun here. And because actually we know that different chains can be different, on the Polkadot, we are doing something special. As you know, that we are in the Web 14 of the Web3 Foundation grant. So what we are doing is actually that we are doing the implementation of our relation graph as a pilot on Polkadot. So upon our submission, actually our code is ready to submit soon, and will be open source and public very soon. So upon our submission, the Polkadot will have an open source graph database, and people can just tap into it to make some standard graph queries, and others can just refer to it to make their own implementations. Yeah, just trying to just tap on this graph database to navigate the data on Polkadot.
And we've learned about the product and the general idea of relation. Could you share the latest update details and the future plans?
Yeah, of course. As you see that actually we've launched our products a few months ago, and actually we have in our past upgrade, we have a lot of functions that I didn't show just now. You can just try to figure out yourself. That's quite interesting. And actually, you may see that we don't have any control of our privacy here. And we think that is quite important for not only us, but also you. So what we're doing next is we are helping our co-builders to set up a private data space and with programmable privacy. So the privacy can actually be controlled by some on-chain conditions or credentials. For example, like the users holds an FT in a collection. This is how we are doing. We are setting up the club by the on-chain credential to set up the programmable privacy. for example, the users who hold an FT in a collection can view this piece of data. Or by some conditions like a user of a member of DAO, or people have some threshold, people's holding of tokens above some threshold, or by the condition that the users own a specific wallet address. So it can be like with this to measure the access control. This is our next step, that we are going to be developing this and make the POC and also the beta product soon. And what's interesting is that for you might be interested in that is we're going to launch this MSO program soon. That we're trying to engage the community more closely by way of employing some ambassadors who are located diversely across the globe, who may be speaking your native languages and staying near you and help the community to grow. For example, we can have some offline in-person meetups. We can have some community MAs. So to engage the community better. The third is that we've been communicating with our community that we are going to have this NFT pass soon that can be mint for our relation early adopters. Why the early adopters is because only those who have the enough energy value on our platform who can mint the NFT pass. The energy value is the way you engage with our platform. So this is a future plan from this month onwards and the fourth quarter. Thank you.
And the relation is a brand new team, but I think you achieved a lot during the past years. Yeah, what is the hurdle do you think you're facing, and or what you're gonna do to overcome it?
Yeah, thanks. And things actually cannot be very smooth and easy. We are processing a lot of data. Like we actually have 50 million of RDF here on our platform. What is RDF? Actually, you can just understand it like attributes. For example, I am a person. This can be one of the RDFs. And also we are processing tens of millions of the FTs here. So the processing of the data actually can be very difficult for us because in the Web3 world, the data format actually is not quite standard. So we may find that the FTs on the various chains not in the same standard, and they may have a various number of addresses, contract addresses that we are trying to combine them all together. And also, to process the tons of data actually requires some the experience of a data scientist. So thanks to our team, we made this and we displayed this as it's a better product, a live product now, and can be used by our various number of in our community. And the second one, we think that's the hurdle we're facing is that the Web3 actually lack of the Web3 primitives to support the navigating of the relationships and data. So yeah, we are adopting the solution to store all the data, the relationships in a form of in the decentralized storage IPFS and RWF. But we are also trying to to reform it in a more decentralized way, and in a more decentralized way to make the query. So we are actually making discussing internally on the upgrading of our Web3 social graph. When we have the solution, we're happy to share with you more.
And next, let's talk about the future you envision with relation and Web3.
Yeah, thanks for this question. That's actually very promising, and we think the question is very asking about something futuristic. And actually, we believe we have a view that the future is actually on the Web3. The world we create is not only a financial world. It's not a financial system, but it is a decentralized society that is formed by that is actually linked by the various relationships. and in a form of social graph. So that's why we are initiating the process to co-build the social graph. And actually, we also believe that in this decentralized society, that is more towards the democracy of people and the data. So it means not only the people, but also the data will be hold in hand of people themselves, and they can just not only owning the ownership, but also the right to monetize their own data, and they can just grant access to anyone they want to, and revoke access if they just don't want anybody to build their data. And everything that more towards the democracy of people and data. And also by way of doing this, we believe that the world is not controlled by the monopoly. So actually the minority can be heard. The minority's voice and their views and also their votes can be seen, can be heard. So that's a better and equal world for all. That's our view. Thanks.
Okay, as our interview drawing to the end, anything you would like to add or remark regarding Polkadot, regarding Web3, anything?
Before we end, actually, I would like to share something about our reward system. We have a gamification operation that is the journey of Eulikas returning to the space. So we have various tasks for the users to collect the medals and collect the energy values. And with the energy values, people can have the rights to mint our NFT pass in the future, and also we'll have the airdrops in the future. So welcome to try this and join us the Eureka's journey to return to the space. And also for the Polkadot pilots, because we are going to submit it soon. So in the near future, it will be open source to all. So for those who are interested to tap into the graph database we built, welcome to read it on the GitHub. I just displayed the QR code that you can scan it to launch our website quickly. Welcome to have a try.
Thank you so much. We have covered so much, which drives home to the audience how Relation is creating the infrastructure of Web3. And to keep tuned, may everything a great success. Thank you.
Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, everybody.